Soon, August will be done, and I'm not quite as far along with this project as I would hope. I have the skeletons of 6 of the monsters for the haunted trail, but I haven't got them all fixed up mechanically yet, and I still got to figure out some costumes and masks and that sort of thing for my monsters. I have been working on the control center for the project, and I do have a method of controlling the speakers so that each monster's scream or whatever comes out of its own speaker. And I have that right here. This is another garage sale find. It's a sewing kit that I had thought about with all the compartments of using it to hold my electronic parts. But with the handle and everything, it just seemed to reek of a control center. So this will control my haunted junkyard. It has barrel jacks in the back, one to power the propeller board and the other one to power the relays. This is going to be for the common wire of the speaker system. And each of the common wires of the speakers will come into it from here. And in between the two stands a relay board. So when I click the relay, it completes the connection for the speaker, and the sound should come out of that speaker. Also on the control board is another Nordic module that I will use with a remote control to control some of the aspects of the haunted junkyard. Originally I had it on the board, but I was having problems with it, and I thought maybe the relays are causing interference, but it turns out my power supply was not adequate, or I don't know. There was something going on with the power supply, so I put a cap across its power and ground, and all of a sudden the Nordic module started working right. But I thought I'd leave it off the board just in case the relays do cause some kind of interference. It is going to be triggered by a laser tripwire, and then each monster will just play in concession about walking speed. But I've had trouble last year because the staff uses the trail, and they would trigger it, and I would be sort of biting my nails hoping that it would get through its program and before the next group arrives. So with the remote control, I can now reset it and have it return back to waiting for a victim's mode if it gets falsely triggered. Also, the initial event for the junkyard is the caretaker will shout out at them from the other side of the wall and tell them not to come into the junkyard and mess with his valuables. And I thought about triggering that with a motion sensor, but those things have a lot of false hits, and the area before the junkyard is sort of a gathering point because the trail goers just went through a maze and they sort of regrouped there. So I thought it'd be better just to trigger that remotely. Well, this is the crew in various forms of incompletion. Headbanger on the right, he's needs another mask. I want him to be a little bit more like a zombie, and he needs a motor. The polecat, he's pretty close to being finished. I just have to add a button or switch so that I know when he's in the back position. But here's the vicious vampire dog, or at least his stand-in. The stunt dog, if you will. And I got him arranged so that he's going to jump off a pedestal at folks. So this is Hood Guy. He is going to be a torso that got cut in half going through the window of a car and laying out on the hood of the car. He's kind of like the zombie in the first episode of Walking Dead, trying to drag himself across the ground, but in this case he's trying to lift himself up on his arms as the trail goers go by. I just got to try to figure out how to get everything situated inside the torso.